Today, I'm going to show you how I created this ethereal leaf crown. So here's a quick overview of what's coming up in this video. First, I'll walk you through how I transformed plain leaf charms with rhinestones. Then, I'll show you how I securely wire wrapped everything onto a headband base, starting with creating the centerpiece for the crown. And finally, you'll learn how to make a small focal point with sew-on rhinestones and wire. So, let's get started. Here's all the materials needed to make this crown. I wanted the crown to sparkle a bit when the light hits it. And that's why I chose to add some rhinestones to the leaf charms. To start, I'll show how I attach the rhinestones onto the leaf charms. I use 3mm wide rhinestone cup chain. Then I cut 17 pieces from the chain with 8 cups in each of them. I chose this narrow chain because I didn't want the rhinestones to overpower the dainty leaf charms. To ensure the embellishments stay securely in place, I used E6000 glue, which is a strong, transparent glue, perfect for smooth metal surfaces. Using a toothpick, I applied a small amount of it to the stem of the leaf. This glue is quite thick, and the toothpick helps to give a precise application. I then added the rhinestone chain onto the charm, making sure it was completely straight and gently pressed it down to make sure it's fully on. I repeated this process with 17 leaf charms. E6000 glue does have a long curing time. Achieving full cure can take between 24 to 72 hours. I left the charms to cure until the next day, before continuing with the crown making. The advantage of E6000 is its flexibility once cured. It's perfect for these charms that need to withstand some bending without the embellishments popping off. Once the glue had cured, I started attaching them to the headband base. First, I created the centerpiece of the crown with 3 of the leaf charms. I cut about 1 meter of wire. I bent it in half to find the middle part. Then I layered the 3 charms and made sure the loops aligned. I then put the wire through all 3 of the holes. I did that a few times all around the loops. continued by measuring the headband to find the center of it. The headband measured 38 centimeters, so I measured 19 centimeters from one end of the band and marked the center with a pen. I positioned the leaf charm in the center and kept wrapping the wire tightly around the headband and the leaf charms. I made sure all 3 of the leaf charms got wrapped and secured to the base. Here's how the center leaf decoration looked like once it was attached to the base. Then I moved on to the sides of the crown. I wanted to make sure the design had a layered effect for more dimension. That's why I attached each additional leaf under the previous charm. The leaf charms can be bent, which makes it easier to get under them. This also helped to conceal the loops on the charms. As I wrapped the wire around, I made sure to place the wire between the rhinestone cups on the leaves. I think this is the most aesthetically pleasing way and also secures them in place more tightly. I continued adding the leaf charms one by one on the side of the headband. When I got to the end, I placed the last leaf charm on the base and made sure to wrap the wire between each tooth of the hair comb attached to the headband base. These hair combs are great for attaching the crown to your hairdo, making sure it doesn't slip down whilst you're wearing it. To finish off, I wrapped the remaining wire around the headband several times. Then I snipped off the excess wire with my side cutters and pressed the end down with the chain nose pliers. Then I continued attaching more leaf charms to the other side of the crown, in the same way as previously. This is how the crown looked once all the leaves were attached. Here's how I made a small decoration with sew-on rhinestones to cover up the loops on the leaf charms in the center. I cut about 40 centimeters of wire. I continued by taking one teardrop-shaped sew-on rhinestone and thread the wire through two of the holes at the back. Then I took the wire and passed it through the other holes at the back and pulled them through carefully so I didn't get any kinks in the wire. I turned the rhinestone around a few times to form about 3 millimeters of twisted wire. I took one of the navette rhinestones and put the wire through its settings and positioned it to the right side of the first rhinestone. Then I repeated the same on the left side, making sure the rhinestone was an equal distance away from the center rhinestone as the one on the right side. Then I twist the wires together to finish the decoration. And there's the finished simple rhinestone focal point for the crown. I attached that to the center of the crown using the extra wire. I thought it was a nice, subtle finishing touch. I noticed that there was still some movement in the most center of the leaves. So I decided that it was best to add a little bit of E6000 glue to the points where it connected with the other 2-leaf charms on the center, since those felt securely attached. I also added a small amount of glue to the base of the charms in the center to make sure they were fully connected to the base. I'm so happy with the finished crown. It's exactly what I imagined in my head before I started making it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you in the next one.